Okay, so I'm going to try and be as brief as possible, but I really need to explain to everyone how to dark side Captain America the First Avenger with Mellon Collie and the Infinite Sadness by the Smashing Pumpkins. So, for those of you who are too young to get that reference, if you play Dark Side of the Moon over The Wizard of Oz, it like syncs up in this really creepy way. Somehow the same exact thing happens, but even worse with Captain America and Mellon Collie. Um, I don't even know. It's ridiculous. So it all started as a joke, where I kept saying, I'm gonna dark side through all the Marvel movies, with every random '90s record, and somehow Mellon Collie kept coming up, and of course, Captain America, because obviously having like some Captain America issues of late. So, yeah, I just kept going back to it. And, I've been listening to Mellon Collie a lot. And I thought, you know what? Let me just do it. Let me just, put it on. We'll see what happens. Just the sickest thing you could ever imagine happens. I mean, scenes, start and end, like, just, it's perfect timing with the songs. Lines start going together with shots in the movie in just a really fucked up way. I mean, Billy Corgan says, "Living makes me sick" at the exact moment that they show the list of all of Steve's ailments. There's a scene where Peggy walks in the room right as it says, "She comes to me," and, worse than that. I mean, like 80% of the hits and the explosions and the gunshots are all going off in just such perfect timing with, all of the songs and the explosions. Like, what the fuck? How is this even possible? I'm, like, losing my mind over just talking about it. Shut up. I grew up with that record. So, yeah, and then, to make it worse, the movie ends with, Lily, my one and only. The exact moment where Billy says goodbye, fucking, like, fade to black, pretty much. And then, of course, you have to go through By Starlight, and then Farewell and Goodnight, just as the credits end. Like, how is that actually possible? It's, like, insane. So, I mean, and then you have things like, you would even imagine why Cupid DeLocke during a fight scene would fit together, but it does. Because even when you're thinking, oh, this isn't going to work, it does. So, yeah, I mean, and the worst part, probably, is that Act 2, after Skinny Steve has happened, is when Porcelina kicks in. So it builds up as Steve is getting his confidence, and just the whole USO scene with Porcelina, and it's just all working, and you're just going, how is this possible? And then, of course, you have to realize that, the 107th thing, so now he's on the plane with Howard during Take Me Down. He parachutes in to save Bucky during Take Me Down. The scene where he goes into the Hydra base is where boys fear to tread, and that is probably when it gets the most ridiculous, because you would think it was just the score for the movie, the way that it lines up with that. And then he goes in to save Bucky at Bodies. Like, why? With his arm around Bucky running down the hall, Billy is screaming, "Love is suicide." And then just as it gets to that point in the song where it stops is right where he faces off against Red Skull. And the moment where Red Skull rips off his face is when Billy says, "All of my blisters now revealed." So I pretty much fell on the floor at that point. And yeah, and then it just kept going from there. There's no way to describe it other than it was magic. So let me explain to you how to do this, because it's very important that everyone does this. It will change your life. Well, at least I hope it would. I hope you all grew up with Mellon Collie, or if you haven't, you're too young to have grown up with Mellon Collie, you need to deal with it now. So you're going to download, if you haven't got it on an iPod already, Mellon Collie and the Infinite Sadness. Don't try to dick around with a CD player. Don't try to be clever and get the record player. If you have to change, or cassettes, it's not going to, you can't do it. So you're going to get your MP3 player. Make sure she's awake. She's not going to, she's ready for you. So you get it queued up, ready to go. Put on the movie with the sound either all the way off or just a little bit. But pretty much you want it off because you don't need it. You're going to have this. Don't start the track at the Marvel credits. Don't start it at anything until you see the exact first shot of the movie, which is you're going to see the white blur of the snow scene. So the actual second you see that click, put it down, lock it, don't touch it, walk away. So what's going to happen is the title track, Mellon Collie and the Infinite Sadness, is going to play over that scene where they're finding the plane, and it will stop right as they show Cap's shield. So if you've done it right, there will be a silence at the shield, and then Tonight will kick in, and then just that's it. For the next 2 hours, your life is fucked, because you're going to sit there and go, how is this fucking possible? So, yeah, just do it. I'm going to play a clip now of a few of the songs. Don't leave me nasty comments. I know it's shit quality. There was no starting or stopping with any of these clips. I filmed it last night on my phone while I was watching it on TV, so it's live. It's exact as it was. Yeah, so it was all just done in the same run. You'll see my hand shaking as I'm freaking out over it. So yeah, try it. I'm going to leave a few more comments at the end of the clip in case there's other things you want to look for, unless, you want to find them for yourself. You don't want to be spoiled. Then, skip the clip too if you want. Just go right now and play it. Oh, and one more thing, youngins. You might not know this. We don't play Mellon Collie and the Infinite Sadness during daylight. Wait until it's dark. Okay? All right. So have fun. Tell all your friends, invite them over. It'll be like the best thing ever. It'll be like, what other generations had with The Wall and obviously with Darkseid. So have fun. So, a few other things to look for if you're into that. So at one point, you'll see Howard is on stage, of course, with his flying car. So car goes up, and Billy starts singing, "I never let on that I was on a sinking ship." Car starts to shake, spark a little bit. "I never let all that I was down." And, you know, just right in time with the music, car crashes. Another messed up thing that happens is, right as Steve is going into the whole Project Rebirth situation, of course, is when Love is playing, which is a problem in and of itself. But if you think about it, the lyrics to Love are, "It's what you wanted to be," as they're about to make him into Super Soldier. Are you fucking kidding me? And just in general, Tales of a Scorched Earth, like just how that is just so fucking disgustingly timed, you know, and when he's fighting Red Skull, ridiculous. Another, you know, how is this actually possible? You'll see Jim screwing around with the radio at one point. It's right before Bucky dies. Poor Bucky. So he's screwing around with the radio, and I shit you not, it sounds like there's like a radio frequency noise in the song at that exact moment. And then the way Beautiful kicks in right as the plane with Steve starts to go down. It's a problem. And just the way that he says, "I'll be under the stars for you," as they're handing Peggy the photo with him. Yeah. God, there's another one too. It's right when he's fighting Richard Armitage. Something happens right after that fight, and he looks down at his hands. I forget what song is playing. It was just one of those. Oh my god. So, feel free to leave comments if you notice other fucked up things. Try not to leave too many nasty comments, you know. Seriously. But yeah, just, you know, tell all your friends, have fun with it. You know, smoke a joint, do whatever. Bye.